100 subscribers! Woo! I did not expect to make it as far, being perfectly honest. So, we're 100 subscribers special. I want to do a little bit of a channel update because I've hinted at it but never really talked about it. And I wanted to kind of talk about me and what I plan to do with this channel and just give thanks to all of you because, guys, 100 subscribers. I can't believe it. We're actually above that now. I gained like 19 subscribers in the last week, and yeah, I'm a bit blown away because right now on the channel I got one video that's passed like 600, two videos that's passed 1,000 views, and my other videos have actually done pretty well for me being still a small channel. I'm fairly happy with myself, and I'm just shocked I made it this far. Like, with the Matt Mercer effect, as I was watching that video rise in views, I just couldn't believe it because it was doing pretty good because it had like 200 views for like the first week it was out. Then one Saturday, I just refreshed my page and it shot up like 600. I'm like, what's this? And it posted 1,000 views, and I'm like, okay, I may have something here. And that's how I felt these last few weeks, is just, I may have something here. This isn't just something I want to do for fun. And what I mean by that is this really was just for fun for me. So my whole life I've kind of wanted to do YouTube stuff like this, and I can never make the final push to do it because, I don't know, I was always really nervous. I didn't like how I sounded, how I looked on camera, and just everything else. And I could never make the final push, but at that point I was getting married next month when I made my first video, the best cleric spell. I shouldn't have made the name so clickbaity, but I realized getting married in the next month or so, I wanted to finally do this and see, like, you know what, I need to do this now, because if I get married and keep pushing it off, I may regret it later down the line. And so here I am. I just made that one video. It did really well. I was shocked, and a lot of people wanted more, so I was like, okay, I'll try doing more. And as I moved into the new house with my wife, she let me set up this little recording area in here, and she was been so supportive. And even in the basement, she wanted to have a whole game room set up in there because she's really into D&D as well. And I'm blessed. I really am. I can't believe it, because the goal I set for myself when I made that first video was I just want to make something people enjoy. And I think Spiritual Weapon's a good spell, and I want people to learn more about it. And it worked, so I'm like, okay, let's see how far this goes. And I set the goal to myself, if I can help one person in just either playing D&D, get into D&D or anything like that, I'll be happy, because I love this game and this hobby, and I want people to share it and be happy with it. So that's why I did it, and I accomplished that goal on the Kinku video. I had someone comment telling them how this helped give out inspiration for a character and they want to do it, and I'm just like, I did it. I've completed the goal on my channel. Now what? I didn't know. And shortly after, I hit 1,000 views, not subscribers, one day though. And I'm like, I may have something here. I don't know. And so I finally made the push that I'm going to try and take this serious and actually try and get big, which is weird to me because, I mean, I just am kind of bumbling along, making videos for fun, and I really haven't gained anything of this. If anything, I've lost money, like paying for the thumbnails to be made. I don't do the thumbnails myself. I have a friend that does it, and she's a saint and does it for very cheap, and I don't deserve someone as talented as her. Kieran, thank you. And all my players have been really supportive, and everyone else, and with every endeavor I do, they've been supportive of everything I do, and I'm thrilled about it, because maybe like the first 15 or 20 subscribers are people I knew, but other than that, I have no idea who you guys are, but I love you guys. Y'all are making this for me. I mean, this is just a hobby for me. It's definitely not what I'm going to fully focus on now. When I mean taking it seriously, I'm going to actually try and grow the channel. I used to be so embarrassed about even talking about the channel, but now I want to go further with it and see how far I can go, because, I mean, when I was at Comic-Con, I may have met some of you there. I was actually giving out business cards because I do want to take it seriously and just take myself more seriously and be more confident, because, I mean, I know I'm married and I shouldn't be so insecure of myself at times, but I just didn't know why anyone would care about what I have to say. So thank you guys. I'm glad you really like my stuff, and I hope to keep making stuff you enjoy. And well, that's about the end of the emotional part, I guess. Now for the other stuff I got on the list. I wrote a few topics down I want to talk about in this channel update, and so that's it. I'm going to try and take things more seriously. I'm going to keep posting, and I'm just going to be here as long as y'all want me, and maybe even a little bit past that, because I'm worried if I give up now, I may never get back into it, because D&D was originally a way for me to get over the fact that I gave up on being a writer, which was my original dream in high school, and D&D, making stories was the way to do it, and I guess that's why one of my big goals is to have my own live stream, because that way I can get a story out there and finally get that creative itch out, I guess. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Other things I've done, I know a big part of my crowd first came from my Facebook page, The Great Ghastly, and I want to say thank you guys who came from there, and I'm glad that you were supportive of me transitioning from memes to this, and yeah. And speaking of memes, now I have the Instagram page where I post more memes, because I was originally trying Twitter, because, I mean, every other big YouTuber does Twitter, so shoot, maybe I can get Twitter famous, and it's all social media is one big pissing contest for who could be the funniest, the fastest, and the most audacious, whatever you want to call it. And I just wasn't doing good on Twitter, but on Instagram, the Instagram's been really welcoming to me. It's weird. Like, in 1 week on Instagram, I did better than my Twitter page has done, and I made my Twitter, like, I think a month after I made my channel. So yeah, and at the least, I have fun on Twitter and meeting some of the other D&D community people there. They're awesome. And at the least, you want good D&D memes, I'll post them on there. It's the same username as my channel, just no spaces. And yeah, now for the Twitter. So I'm going to keep posting on my Twitter, but I'm definitely going to lean more toward Instagram, because I'm someone of very limited time as it is, because the reason this is more of a hobby to me than a main focus is I'm a full-time student, I work part-time, I'm married, I got this house I gotta take care of, and an internship on top of me being a full-time student. So I'm a pretty busy guy. And D&D, I run 2 games a week, because in my town in Alabama, there's not a big D&D community. It's just getting bigger, but we only had our first comic shop like about, shoot, I want to say 5 years ago. So that tells you how like this town was when it came to just getting big, you know, because the only really nerdy communities we had here had a bit of a magic one, which has gotten bigger since we got the comic shop. Other than that, there's really not been any nerdy communities here, so no one really could learn about D&D except for very niche groups of people. So I didn't know what D&D was until college, and that's why I'm still fairly new to it. But I kind of dug head first into it, and that's why I know as much as I do, and why I watch so many YouTubers, because I'm trying to learn as much as possible and be the best I can, because now I'm kind of this guy in this small town that knows how to play D&D, so a lot of people come to me and ask me how to play, because I had my one group, then I played another one, then I had another group who all wanted to learn how to play, so I said, sure, I'll teach you how to play. And now that group's about to end, and I already got another group asking me if I could teach them how to play, and I had some other people that want to learn how to play that I've run one-shots with before, and I'm just like, oh man, I have a little time for this. So that was another one of my big motivations of this channel is, at the least if I can't get to them directly, I can have a place to post these videos where I can do tutorials and other stuff that maybe helps people learn how to play, and who knows, maybe other people out there like them. And that's what I was going for, and I hope I have helped you, because I wish I could focus all my time to teaching people how to play D&D and spreading this hobby and telling my stories and all this, but I can't right now. I'm way too busy of a guy, and who knows, like, I'm not going for the whole YouTube fame thing. Fame in general has always been something that kind of scared me. Like, I couldn't imagine that pressure on me, but I mean, this would be something I'd like to do for a living, honestly. So if I can get there one day, I'd be happy with it. I just have to deal with all that, and I just hope this channel gets to where I can help a lot of people, and that's my main goal. So that's it. I'm sorry if this is a lackluster 100 subscriber video, but I will make sure they get better and better as I go on. I was wanting for 200 subscribers. I do an actual tour of my setup and all, like my D&D room and all my equipment and stuff I use for it. Because that was a pretty heavily requested thing I do, and I said I was going to do it, but then I started writing out this channel update and realized this is going to probably take the whole 10 minutes. So I didn't want to drag it out to a 20-minute video because some of my long videos have done good, some haven't. I don't know. I just try and push that 10-minute mark because YouTube says it'll help. And speaking of, that's my final little topic I want to talk about is YouTube right now and why am I on it? So what I mean by that is, of course, this is the best platform for me to be on right now, but a lot of people are like, dude, YouTube sucks right now. Why are you on it? I'm like, I got nothing else, man. And the reason for that is I'm in the South, so there's already some internet issues as it is, and my town in particular is known for being absolutely terrible with internet. So, yeah, I don't have good enough internet to do Twitch. I'd really like to, and I couldn't imagine a format like this really working as well on Twitch. And a long-term goal of mine is to actually have a podcast that I live stream and then post on here, and that is what I'd really like to do. And Twitch is something that I think seems like a pretty good platform, and they seem to actually be trying to improve some issues they have. While YouTube, they seem to be trying, but I'll admit, like Susan Wojcicki mentioning how bad the YouTube Rewind was, that impressed me. I will say, I hope they do good, but with Adpocalypse 2.0, Electric Boogaloo happening, I don't know. I didn't come for this into money in the first place, so I'm fine with that, but it still kind of sucks that things may get even harder for me on YouTube as it is, and I'm just trying to grow in any way I can. So best I can say is any support y'all give me helps. Liking, commenting, and subscribing. I guess hitting that bell if that does anything. I don't know. I'm just mimicking other YouTubers at this point. I'm like a King Koo, essentially. All that does help. I've noticed like the videos have the higher likes. Those are the ones that get recommended more. So that part of the algorithm's still right. So at this point, I'm just throwing crap against the wall, see what sticks. And so please, just if you like my stuff and want to help me grow, please like and comment. Tell me how awesome or terrible I am. Whatever you want to do. Talk about the sign of happiness figure in the wall, since I had a few people asking about that.